In every team, people make mistakes, but the capacity of the team for turning mistakes into learning points may vary a lot. Let's use the scale of cooperation to have a look at feedback, because there's a huge difference in feedback given from the different paradigms of struggling, avoiding, and cooperation. Let me give you a brief insight into these three paradigms. Struggling is a state in which people put pressure on each other and criticize each other. It's the world of I win and it's up to you to see if you win. Cooperating is a state in which people appreciate and trust each other. And avoiding is the world in between these two almost opposite paradigms. This is where people observe, think, wait, and avoid contact in both positive and negative ways. We give feedback in so many different ways. Let's try and link them to these three paradigms. Imagine that you are addressing a mistake or an issue. As you call somebody out on making that mistake, he might try to defend himself. Adding pressure might get you a result, but the chances are high that you are creating resistance. As we get locked into the struggle paradigm, we stop listening to criticism and might hide or defend mistakes. Because admitting that a mistake is made can be dangerous. For your ego, your reputation, your job, you name it. And the best way of hiding mistakes is shifting the attention to another area or person where mistakes were also made. This whole process can easily lead to stagnation and antagonistic behavior. Sometimes you want to address something, but you don't know how to say it, or you want to avoid the direct confrontation. You might talk it through with others, and before you know it, you are locked in a complaining or gossiping mode. This is where struggle and avoidance meet in feedback. I'll give the feedback, just not directly to you. What happens when you step completely into the paradigm of avoidance and observation? You avoid the conflict, which can be positive, but you also stop influencing people, staying safely within your own mind. Or is it really safe? People might need your influence to create a better situation. As soon as things like appreciation and recognition come into play, we are moving towards the paradigm of cooperation. And this is where we most often encounter hints. Well-intended advice, free for the other to pick up. Things like, wouldn't it be better if you would do this? This is not real feedback, it's a hint. And it's good to realize that hints are open-ended. It is easy for the other person to avoid or completely miss the point. Hints depend on the receiver's ability and willingness to deduce the feedback that is hidden within them. The difference between struggling and cooperation is either giving or not giving appreciation and recognition to each other. Do you appreciate your colleague? Then say it, without overdoing it. A true compliment at the right moment will cost you nothing, but can gain you a really important thing in return. More willingness to listen to each other. Almost all of the world's official feedback models require a certain measure of cooperation to work effectively, as both the giving and the receiving of feedback can be a scary thing. But as long as that I feel that you see the whole of me and not just my flaws, then the chance of successful feedback are much greater.